Do you know that story about lemmings? A lemming is a small rodent, usually found in or near the Arctic and tundra biomes. Lemmings form the subfamily Arvicolinae, also known as Microtinae, together with voles and muskrats, which form part of the superfamily Muroidea, which also includes rats, mice, hamsters, and gerbils. A long-standing myth claims that they exhibit herd mentality and jump off cliffs, committing mass suicide. It's a wild image. It's also completely, totally, 100% not true. That myth comes from staged footage. People literally pushed them for drama. What actually happens is populations explode, food runs out, they migrate, and sometimes accidents happen. Not a conspiracy, just a traffic jam with tragic consequences. So, that lemming legend is the perfect entry into population ecology. Population ecology studies groups of the same species living in an area. Population ecology is a field of ecology that deals with the dynamics of species populations and how these populations interact with the environment, such as birth and death rates, and by immigration and emigration lemmings, lions, or lilacs. We study how many, where, and how they change. We're biological detectives, information's collected asking how many, clumped or spread, young or old. These statistics tell different dimensions and help to predict the future of a population. So why do population numbers boom then crash? That's the big question, right? Also, understanding population dynamics helps us to manage fisheries, protect rhinos, control pests, basically keep Earth running around a sustainable way. From bacteria to whales, the same rules can apply. A yeast petri dish in human populations, same principles. So put on your ecologist hat. We're going on an adventure. We'll see how populations are measured, what makes them grow, and what holds them back. In order to survive in competing natural selection, different organisms follow different strategies, what biologists call as R and K selection. It's a story of booms, busts, and delicate balance, way more interesting than lemmings taking a nosedive. The science is cooler than the fiction. So, why to wait? Let's go. If you're enjoying this, like, comment, and subscribe to Study Hour, hit the bell. Winding up Chapter 1, here we learn that count rabbits, not cliffs. If you have any question, just comment below. All right, you're a population ecologist. First mission, describe the rabbits. You can't say a bunch. Science needs specifics. First, population size, total number of individuals. For elephants, you might count from a plane. But for rabbits, scientists use mark and recapture method. First catch some, randomly, tag them, then release. Repeating the same process, it is resampled, and finally do the math. It's clever probability math explains the probable population in an area. Interesting, right? Next, population density. How crowded are they? 1 rabbit per football field or 10 in a backyard? Big difference. High density facilitates more competition and disease spread in the population, whereas low density create challenges like trouble finding mates. So, different density again have different dynamics, staging for different competition. If population distribution is clumped, facilitate around resources. And if uniform, provide a territorial spacing providing opportunities in equivalent shares. Random population distribution like on wind-blown seeds. No rhyme or reason will showcase random opportunities of proliferation. Spacing gives clues about behavior and environment. The demographics of population means as who's young, middle-aged, or old. That's suggesting pre-reproductive, reproductive, and post-reproductive members' distribution in the group. Lots of youngsters suggest high potentiality of growth. Mostly old suggest possible decline. If the sex ratio matters, 100 females and 1 male create problems. Therefore, size, density, distribution, age, and sex are vital signs of a population. Very interesting, right? Next, we will see what happens when they have everything they want. Interested? If this helps, smash like and subscribe to Study Hour. Now, time for exponential growth. Chapter 2. Imagine you put 2 rabbits in a perfect paradise. Unlimited food, no predators, no disease, endless clover. What happens next? 2, 8, 32, 128. Their population explodes. Exponential growth. On a graph, it makes a J-shaped curve. Bacteria in a dish can do this for a while. A newcomer species on an island may explode too, but eventually reality bites. Food runs out, nesting sites fill, waste piles up, the party ends. More realistic model, logistic growth, an S-shaped curve. Slow start, then speed up. But as resources tighten, growth slows. The curve flattens at carrying capacity. The environment's limit. Sometimes a population overshoots. Then a crash. Then it wobbles up and down around that limit, a dynamic dance between growth potential and environmental ability. Every species eventually bumps up against a ceiling. So, important lesson. No population grows forever. Share this with a friend who loves weird animal facts. Next up, Do you know what forces regulate populations? Yes, predators, disease, and the wild curveballs of nature. Let's see one by one. Populations can't grow forever. The environment pushes back. Scientists split regulators into density-dependent and density-independent. Density-dependent factors get worse as populations get crowded. Competition means more mouths, fewer carrots. Predators effects like booming rabbits population controlled by foxes and hawks. Disease, causing germs spread fast in crowds. Competition, predation, and disease keep numbers in check. Density-independent factors hit regardless of how crowded you are. Harsh winters, wildfires, floods, eruptions, random catastrophes. Random catastrophes can crash populations fast. Population size is always a tug of war. Density-dependent is like a thermostat feedback. Density-independent is someone opening a window in winter. Understanding the mix dynamics explains boom and bust years for squirrels' population in the area. It's nature's complex regulatory system. A quick reminder for you, like and subscribe to Study Hour to get more science shorts. So, now you know the forces that push populations around. Next, let's learn two big life history strategies, R and K. And let's compare them. Not all species play the game the same way. Two main evolutionary strategies, R-selected and K-selected. First, R-selected species live fast, die young, produce numerous offsprings. Mice, insects, dandelions, bacteria, many offspring, little investment. They reproduce early and in huge numbers. Most offspring won't make it. It's a numbers game. Many fails, but few winner again continue the game. R stands for rate of increase, built for speed and colonization. Then, K-selected, slow and steady. As such, have a lot of time. Sound interesting? Elephants, whales, oak trees, humans, few offspring, lots of care. Huge parental investment gives high survival chance. K from carrying capacity. Here the stable populations continues near environmental limits. Actually, neither strategy is better. Just different solutions to survival. And nature loved that. From flies to elephants, evolution crafts clever answers. So, folks, what are today's key takeaways? The vital signs, size, density, distribution, age, sex. Know your curves, J-shaped versus S-shaped. Regulatory factors like density-dependent versus independent keys. Life histories, R versus K strategies of different animals and organisms. Population ecology helps us manage species, resources, and our future. Definitely today you learned something. Support us with like, comment, share, and subscribe to Study Hour. Press the bell to stay updated. Watch more. Keep learning. Comment if you want us any topic to explain. Thanks for joining Study Hour.